Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've I hope the audio's okay. I just did a test recording, a couple of test recordings, and it was extremely loud. The microphone should be okay now, but let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will that if there's any problems with the audio because it's a real pain in the ass when it happens. But I wanted to talk about an article today from Radio Times. It's pointing out a George R. R. Martin post, and I'm not sure if it'll work. So I'm going to bring it up. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to talk about it and scroll through it a bit. But you can see the Game of Thrones author George R. R. Martin's hints at Arya Stark project with Maisie Williams. Now this is interesting because with the Jon Snow project being basically confirmed as not happening, which I think is a shame. But the fact that Rowling wants to, Martin Rowling. Why was I thinking Rowling? Anyway, because Martin is hinting that an Arya Stark project may be happening, I don't think it is. I mean, I'll ask you this question as well. I mean, would you guys like to see Arya Stark return? I mean, I'd like to see Arya Stark return, but I would have liked her to appear in the Jon Snow spin-off. Maybe she has to find him and ask for help against something. I don't know. Maybe something is threatening the kingdom of Westeros, and she needs to go and find him to get the help. But I mean, I might read a few little bits of this. It's like the fantasy novelist is an active blogger and shared this week that he had visited London, but on one particular aspect of the trip, got more attention than all the others, and that's the fact that he met with Maisie Williams for a pizza and pasta, and it wasn't a typical catch up. Essentially, it wasn't just friends meeting for a catch up. I mean, really. I mean, obviously, I mean, you go to London. I mean, especially with the state of London right now, London is a mess. But this is also telling us that he is an active. He does blog a lot. And the thing about creators like him, they like to blog, post comments, which make headlines because it's like clickbaiting, right? I mean, if he's got a blue tick on his X account, say, the more people read his comment, I think they get paid for it. So it's one of those. It's a thing. It is a thing. And he's saying stuff like that. Naturally, Thrones fans have been theorizing about what exactly it referred to, with rumours beginning to swirl the return of Arya Stark. But like I said, I mean, if the Jon Snow spin-off isn't happening, then I don't see it working. They bring up season 3 of House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon has done really well. I really enjoy it. I think it's been quite faithful to the Game of Thrones franchise. It's different to the Game of Thrones itself, but I mean, it is a prequel. They did rush season 1. I feel that we should have had her younger for a lot longer. I think maybe they could have done season 1 could have been split into 2 seasons and it could have been spread out a lot more. But I have a feeling that they were obliged. They were signed a 3-season contract possibly, and because I think that's a typical thing nowadays. A lot of the time they would say, look, we'll sign you for three seasons. We'll see how it does, and then we'll consider extending the contract for more after we see how popular it is, basically. So yeah, we've got another prequel coming, which is A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I thought it was going to be Aegon, Aegon the Conqueror, kind of thing, but I'm not sure. I haven't. I'll have to read that article and take a look. But I mean, that's a nice image. I like that image. Um, they're also saying that there's an appetite for more Westeros. I mean, we've got House of the Dragon, so we have Westeros, but I mean, we want more of a sequel series to Game of Thrones rather than another prequel, in my opinion. But I think the only way that we can really have Arya Stark come back successfully is if, and I stress if, Jon Snow happens, because I can't see it any other way. In my opinion, if they do go ahead with an Arya Stark series, then I will watch it. But I don't know. And they go on about how Martin is having a problem with Ryan Condal, the showrunner for House of the Dragon. Marriages can be difficult, especially when one of them is making creative decisions and adapting the work. Because I mean, we see this a lot. The person adapting the work doesn't necessarily have the same idea of the original content or original work. We see it with Star Wars, right? I mean, the sequel trilogy just went a completely different direction to the way it was supposed to go. But the way it says it can be fraught. Any marriage can be rocky. But yeah, it's true. But I mean, you're referencing it as a marriage. It's not a marriage. It's creative. Was it like creative acquaintance? If you know, for lacking a better word, I guess. But Ryan, Blois went on to announce that the long gesturing Game of Thrones spin-off that would have followed Jon Snow is no longer in development, but added that the network could try again someday to make it work. Now, I have a feeling that they're going to see what these prequels are like, and we're not going to get any more Game of Thrones because they're not going to agree with the aspect of it, I guess. But they're not going to see the popularity. They're going to look at the financial side of it, just like if they're all doing now. Because I mean, we see it a lot in Hollywood. They're throwing hundreds of millions at a movie, and if it doesn't make anything back, they don't care. Right? Even because if they cared, then they would be making stuff that makes money. They wouldn't be making stuff that doesn't, right? But it's just, I don't know if this could work. I really don't. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. I think this is just Martin trying to get clicks, essentially. I know he's trying to get media response because the more he's in the media, the more people are interested, right? I'm not attacking him personally, but that's how it feels to me. He likes to post stuff that creates headlines, so it's like he wants the attention. So what other way to get the attention than say, "Oh look, there could be another Game of Thrones happening." Right? And he's the writer. He created the universe. He created Westeros, right? So, yeah. I think it's just a waste of time. He's just blowing smoke, as some people would like to say. But, I mean, that's what I think of it. I mean, let me know what you guys think down below. This has been a different type of video. I haven't read much of the article. I read a bit of it, but, yeah. Please do let me know. So yeah, please do hit that like, hit the subscribe button, and consider commenting down below. There are links in the description as well as a link to this article. You can take a look at the article yourself, and comment your thoughts. But I mean, as I've said, I think it's I think it's nothing. I think nothing's going to happen, and yeah. Until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you always.